Want to come out here for Taurus. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's get it. Taurus. Let's see how this week is going to be, right? Here with this first card, it says imprisonment. It says, careful that the decisions you make are not forging the chains that you cannot unmake. Okay, so this talks about be careful about who you get into collaborations with, or what you do that it won't bound you or bind you. You get it? That's what it's saying. It is a PSA because it says careful that the decisions you make are not forging chains that's going to be extremely hard to break, or sometimes you may not be able to even like get out of it in a way. That happens when you get up with someone and you make a child with them, right? And it's like, oh my God, this person is my life. You're forever bound to that person through a child, right? That's just an example. Okay. Um, Now, some of you feel like at the moment, some of you guys feel trapped, or you feel like you're not where you want to be. Okay. Now, I want to see why this card is coming out here for you. But the thing is, it is a warning. And for some of you, you're actually at this place where you feel that way. Okay. Now, this could happen through bad decisions too, because remember, imprisonment can actually be prison. Okay. So we're going to find out what that means. Let's get it. This is for Taurus. Let's see what else is coming out here for Taurus. Taurus. Oh my God, this just came out for Libra. You may have Libra in your chart. Someone might deserve to be punished, but you're treading on dangerous ground. Who are you angry with? You may feel wronged by someone. You may be tempted to do something to someone that could really, because remember, it says these cards are in order. It's telling you something. It's telling you a story, y'all. This is not going to hit everybody the same way. Not everybody going to go to jail, right? But it's saying something that you may do because you are angry or you feel wronged by someone, and the decisions you make can cost you in some way. What if you have a beautiful big business that's booming, and because of the vendetta energy, it declines in sales because now people are like, oh, you're being petty. And I don't want to use this person as an example. I don't know her, and I don't know if she watches Tarot, and I don't know what her sign is. But remember when someone went to her restaurant and the person was like, oh, I'm going to give you money for everyone that's here and all of that. Remember that situation, right? It reminds me of something like that. Okay. So it's like, be careful about what you do because it can really cost you. Okay. And it'll be hard for you to come up out of that. And I don't even think that she even really came up out of that, really. So it's a PSA, it's a warning. Okay. But some of you may be sitting in anger. Some of you may be feeling wronged by someone. And we're going to clarify that and see what that's all about, okay? It doesn't mean anything that we read for you. It does not mean that that is not going to happen. Remember, we're in a whole different week. If you know anything about astrology, the dial has changed, okay? Which means this is another future event. So let's see. But it's more so for you to be careful. That means you're in control of this. Sorry, card fell. Sorry. Another card that's coming out here, Gold Rush. Woo! All right, here we go. It says grab, this is going to be an opportunity grab, right? It says grab the chance where a rare money-making opportunity presents itself. Rare money-making opportunity. Big opportunities, a lucky chance that you are not going to want to sit on. Okay. Now, remember, we saw that money last week. We saw all of that good stuff coming out for you as far as your finances and all of that. That's something that I'm saying. Now, at the bottom of the deck, you had the rainbow, which talks about what? Good news, clearing paths of obstacles and problems, and a second chance at life. It's so funny because I see the different scenarios that could be happening for so many of you. Because see, something happened here. I feel like this is something that you guys are already in. I feel like this is something that has already occurred, if you ask me. Because imprisonment is your own thoughts. It could be, some of you guys could actually be in prison, right? Because they be watching, right? A jail, someone's in jail. A marriage, someone that you got in a connection with feels like imprisonment. I feel like something has already happened. And you see the reason why it says an opportunity that's going to give you a second chance. Okay, but not everyone is on that timeline. So some of you Tauruses, that really is a warning. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get your last card for this row. This is for Taurus. Fatal lure. Oh my God, here's another one. Be careful using indirect tactics to get someone to say or do something that you want. Let me say that again. Be careful using indirect tactics, this is manipulation, to get someone to say or do something that you want. To trap. Okay, you had trap again. To bait, to cause trouble, to be a siren, or to tempt them. Okay, this is what it's saying. For a lot of you, you're being asked to heal and to cleanse your chakras. Because there are some Tauruses who are watching this, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't know too many Tauruses that's in this energy. But if you are tempted to feel any kind of way or do something, I'm telling you right now, you need to cleanse. I am going to pull an astrological card for this. How much you want to bet Saturn is going to come out with that one? Okay. This is pretty heavy duty. Okay. Now, you can get out of this. This is not set in stone. I could always tell when it's not set. It just means you just have to be careful about your actions. Be careful with the way that you move because of something that you feel isn't going in your favor, or you feel that you've been wrong, or there's someone who's fighting you in some way right now. Because it says indirect tactics. Okay, now we're going to get to this in a minute. Let's move on to the second half for a second before we go back to clarify. Let's get your money really quickly. Let's see what comes out here with Taurus finances. I want to pull a lot of different cards because not all of these cards tell. So let's see. This is for Taurus. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see what comes out. Partnership. Remember I talked about that whole collaboration, right? We'll talk about that in a minute. Wow, there we go. You got heal again. I'll put this here. Taurus finances, please. All right. Now, I am going to tell you that the first card is talking about prudence. This is about you spending your money. Just because you have it does not mean that you should be spending it recklessly, okay? Because you're going to end up putting yourself in a bad position again. Like you're already feeling like money is tight, okay? But so now that there's going to be opportunities dealing with your money coming in here, it's telling you to keep this in mind, to be mindful about staying within your budget and living within your means, okay? That's what the prudence energy is basically saying. Now, I love the fact that you guys did have luck. Luck was the other card that came out. This is also in harmony with the gold rush. Okay. Luck energy says your luck is about to change for the better. You could get a lucky break or some type of financial breakthrough for you. But either way, it says that this is going to be a very prosperous time. What happens when you receive money that you don't even know you're going to receive, or you get a job that pays very well? The first thing that people usually do is like someone who's starving. You know, their eyes are bigger than their stomach. And they tell you, most people should already know this, that if you haven't eaten, you don't go and eat, you know, you don't go to the buffet because it'll make you sick, right? So with this one, it's almost like that. Like you've been starving for something, something that you've been wanting, and you know, you make rash decisions. So here with the whole lucky break, there's going to be a big opportunity, a rare opportunity that's going to come in here, and you will have the money. But be careful about spending it because you feel like it's going to always be there. Okay, that's what it's saying. Now you had two cards that I know for a fact, two cards. Well, I will say this is a destiny energy, which means fated, something that you will be experiencing in the future, or it is destined to occur. But then laborer is a new card. It says a new job. It says a new job or some kind of something new will be coming your way. This is saying, also says, because you've been very loyal and very mature in your nature, you're going to be rewarded very soon. Okay? Because you've been loyal, because you've been mature, you're going to be rewarded. This is the fruitage of your labor. That's why it's called labor. And it's coming, still hitting that gold rush. Now, this can come through a partnership. This can come through a husband, a wife. This can come through some type of partnership with your business in some kind of way. That's what I'm saying. That you're going to, there's money here, hands down. But remember, partnerships always talk about collaborations. And it gave you a PSA in the beginning of this. Be careful about your choices. Be careful with who you get into some type of contractual agreement with. Okay? Spend some time in nature. There's some healing that definitely needs to happen within relationships, within yourself. Whew, it says soothing, regrouping, something that you need to do. I think I actually saw that earlier where I saw the whole healing thing here. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the reading. Let's get into it. So you guys need to feel motivated, or you need something to make you, to motivate you into taking action about with something. I don't know what that means, but anyway, let's get imprisonment here for Taurus. Oh boy. Taurus. Thank you. Let's get one more. Wow, I only asked for one. One more. They came out with two, per always. You got the Six of Pentacles. I knew it was a love situation for some of you. I knew it. For others, I'm not liking this Six of Pentacles. Okay. The reason why I say that is because the Six of Pentacles talks about something that you got from somebody, or something that is going to be given to you, handed to you in some way. And it's based on an action, right? Because you got the Ace of Wands. So it's based on an action with the Judgment card, based on a choice. I feel like this has already occurred for the most part. I feel like this is something that already happened, or something that's already happening, and you don't know that you're there yet. You don't know that this is going to be like, oh my God, why am I here? I want to get out of this. That's just what I see. Okay. Why? Because the Lover's card is already in reverse. Okay. All these other cards came up right. This was the only card that came out in reverse. We were talking about partnerships. We were talking about connections, something like that. But it has something to do with someone has given you or gave you, or what you may have given to somebody else too. Okay. Ooh, be careful, because this is sexual energy. Hello. Okay, I saw that at the last. They had me think that at the last minute. Okay. Phallus, give, sex. Okay. So just be careful about what you're doing. Okay. But if we're talking about the Six of Pentacles as far as tangible things, signing contracts with people, okay, where now you're just as obligated to the detriment of something as somebody else. If someone doesn't hold up their end of the bargain with the business, then you are also is liable for it, right? If someone does something within a business practice, as far as a practice or their ethics, and it's not ethical, and you are in a partnership, you are in some type of connection, okay, then how does that affect you? Because again, the judgment is still on you as well. So that's the thing why it says be careful about this. So you get what I'm saying? I can't say all of it, but it could be with anything: family, friends, lover, business contract. It could be with anything like that. That's something that I'm saying. So heed the warning here when it comes down to that. Okay. Now, let's get to this vendetta, because Lord have mercy. I don't know what this means. I'd be so scared when I see stuff like this in Taurus reading, because honey, Taurus temperament is like probably one of the worst I have ever seen. And I'm not saying that to like down. I've already told y'all Taurus is probably worse than Sagittarius and Aries and Leos. Okay. Because people don't think that way about y'all. And when you snap, you kind of spin your wheels be spinning all over the place. Let's get vendetta. You have the Seven of Wands in the reverse, and you have the Page of Pentacles here in the upright. Who is this? Now, it's like you've been fighting someone, or you've been fighting something already. I'm telling you, I can already see it. And the reason why is because you had the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That means you're already in the process of trying to get out of something. You're already in the process of fighting something. Now, I love the fact that the Ten of Wands is basically saying you're at the end, right? Because you already start the new beginning with the Ace of Wands. We get that. But it seems like you guys, this is a very tiring energy. Something has been very burdensome. You guys already know the Ten of Wands is the elephant in the room. It's the elephant on you. It's the monkey on your back. It's something that has been bothering you, right? This could be your own child. This could be someone else's kid. Like if you're in a relationship, right? We had the lover's card. You're in a relationship and the person's child don't like you. Then all of a sudden y'all not in the connection no more. Okay, so something like that. Because you also had the Seven of Wands in the reverse, which means dropping your guard, dropping your defenses, right? Being a little vulnerable to this person. And see, it causes anger when you are in the vulnerable position. You're in a vulnerable position because your guards are not up. Your boundaries are not set, which is another reason why the prudence is there. Prudence talks about what? Being careful. We had 3 words that said be careful. Be careful about how you spend. Be careful about how you move. Be careful about your decisions. That, you see what I'm saying? It's that type of thing is what I'm saying. Okay? Because you don't set boundaries. You are like this is you're open to anything at this point here with the Seven of Wands in reverse. You're open to anything. Criticisms, problems, people taking your money. And part of the Page of Pentacles is also making me feel like it's like a naivety. And you're tired. Thank God that this is going to be, something that's going to be ending pretty soon through this luck energy. Let's get to it, through this opportunity. This is for Taurus. Let's see what's coming out here. That tried to come out. I don't know what it was, but I saw it. Let's just leave these 2 for right now. Oh my God. Baby, when they want to tell you something, like they cut no effing corners. First of all, the 3 of Swords is in reverse, y'all. With the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Okay. We're hitting luck. We're hitting opportunity. Well, you had the Knight of Cups. This is coming. Okay. Remember, a knight offers. Now, we already saw that with the gold rush. So that means something here is going to be major. Now, you had the Queen of Pentacles, hands down. She is just as strong as the king, but not as strong. It's a little bit different. She just moves a little bit different, but her money is there. The money is there. The kings and the emperors are always considered to be stronger, right? Because it's how they make their money. They're a little bit more aggressive about how they make their money. But the queen, she has it. Okay, so what lucky opportunity is going to come in here? Well, remember, like we had to talk about money. We already knew there was some money issues, right? Because imprisonment talks about restriction. That means you can't go out and buy what you want. Prudence, right? Living above your means, spending money, that type of thing. Okay, now you're going to get into a better position with the lucky and the gold rush with some type of opportunity. All right, so those were 2 cards. I was going to pull multiple for this one because this is like the key here, like this one, right? Like this is the high key. 3 of Swords. I mean, it's coming out with the luck and it's coming out with the golden opportunity, which is putting you at a place. I'm just going to read it. Because remember when I said healing before? We talked about the Gaia energy. We talked about something else that's dealing with healing. Oh, crystal wisdom. Crystal wisdom talked about the healing. 3 times talked about healing. Some of y'all are hurting, baby. You are in pain. Okay. Now, this is what it says. You are going to be able to release pain, to forgive yourself, forgive other people, to recover, whatever that means for you. Recover. Recover your money, recover your feelings, your emotions, recovery. There's apologies that are made here sometimes with the Knight of Cups. There's emotional and physical healing, maybe physically, something that you guys have been experiencing. It says you are able to express your emotions and not repress, but you're more than anything, you are able to experience what self-love really looks like. All of this is coming out with crystal healing, and this is the 3rd row. Crystal healing and Gaia. Remember we said soothe and regrouping? This is recovering and releasing. Let's go ahead. Let's get that. What is this? Fatal lure. Now, remember, this one said, be careful with using indirect tactics to get someone to say and do something that you want. This is baiting. This is trouble. This is a siren. This is temptation. Now, usually when you hear siren, that is for the divine masculines because indirect tactics is sexual energy. Indirect tactics is some type of manipulation. They don't outright directly tell you what they want. They use other means in order to get what they want. Now let's see. Lure, fatal lure. Okay. Fatal lure. 5 of Wands tried to come out. Fatal lure. One more. Thank you. It came out anyway. You have the 7 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Page of Cups in the reverse. This is crazy because there's heavy work energy here where someone at your job is basically trying to have sex with you. I don't know if it's a boss. I don't know if it's a coworker, but some of y'all are tempted to do something with someone at your job. Now, it goes even further than that because it's not just about someone at your job. It's like this person could be in a relationship. You could be in a relationship. But honey, when I tell you it is full blown, like somebody is freaking at the job or someone is being attempted to. Okay. Remember, it says siren or being lured or being tempted. That's number one. There's a lot of sexual energy here. You got the Ace of Wands at the end of the reading, and it's hitting this card. Because you got the Seven of Cups, you got the Five of Wands. Multiple of sexual partners, which is the reason why I said before, just make sure you guys know who you are, effing on. There's a pulling energies together, pulling energies. Now, outside of that, the only thing that I can say here is that the Seven of Cups causes confusion. Okay. So this is someone who could be confusing things or making you not trust your intuition. Okay. That is trying to interrupt, trying to cause some type of wedge in something that you're wanting, right? Because the Five of Wands is there, which is a problem. But I'm not liking it. This can formulate in so many ways, y'all. But there's definitely other people trying to cause problems, fights, disagreements, confusion, someone being made confused, delusionment. It's all here. Trying to trap you. Remember, 2 words talked about trap. Trying to trap you. So again, this could definitely happen at work. This could definitely happen in a love relationship because, again, Five of Wands talks about competition. Seven of Cups talks about other people or other people trying to get your attention and your affection. Then you had the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's a whole lot of communication with other people. This is a lot of emotional immaturity. This is a lot of pettiness and a lot of insecurity, whoever this is. And this is the reason why someone needs to heal. Now, I'm not saying that this is you, Taurus, but it can be you, right? There's a Taurus who's watching this or someone who's a cross watcher who knows that a Taurus needs to heal. Or you're experiencing this from other people where they cause a lot of confusion, where they're young, right? Or act very young, very immature, that type of thing. And it is causing an emotional block for you. Kids know how to manipulate. That's the second card where I see somebody youthful or young, or they're just immature as hell. Okay. It's all about them. What do babies do? They cry, right? They're not caring. They don't care that you need to pay them bills. They are only concerned about you feeding them right then and right now. And so adults have a tendency to have that energy as well. So this is something that you guys are experiencing, or you could still experience this where there's just some selfishness. Okay. Now, this can get real deep depending on how much you put your energy into it. You just have to be careful because some of this stuff could be a little dangerous just based off of what I saw, right? Like, don't interact with people who like it says, who's tempting you, that can put you in a bad place. So taking action with the Ace of Wands to get rid of it or to not engage in it, okay? Taurus, this is what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming back.